So this will be another unfiltered rant for me about Black Desert Online and why I have a love-hate relationship with it, and because right now this game is a shadow of its former self and it sucks because as a life skiller and as a PBEer, or the guy who does mobs or kills enemies, there's really nothing in store for me in here anyways, or even as a sandbox player enjoyer. So this is just sponsored by my remaining sanity after playing this for 2 months, trying to catch up with the gear score. And this is the MMORPG equivalent of dating an OnlyFans model who occasionally hits you with a frying pan in the face and then steals your wallet for crown stones, or just to cheat on you with her OnlyFans boyfriend. So I've come to the conclusion that most modern MMOs survive because they are perfect. They don't really survive. They maintain the niche audience or the core audience, or someone who have sunk cost fallacy that cannot let go, cannot do other things, or don't like single player games, don't like MOBAs, since it's repetitive too. And I'm using end again because I don't know any way to prolong my sentence while I'm thinking. Because there's really nothing else in this market. It's a dying game or a dying genre because I'm still using because, well, in modern gaming, most games employ their own way of communicating with others through leaderboards and such, or their own voice chat. So you really don't know, you really don't want people to communicate anymore. Plus, there are social boards like Discord, Facebook groups that talk about the same topic, which sucks. They live for this game. They don't touch grass. And MMO players or sandbox players like me are just travelers in the desert looking for a mirage, with our wagons and camels tired because the publisher just wants to chase the new Unreal Engine model and new graphics. Instead of making good games, they just hand out battle passes with designs like a famous anime character or skin that makes people think, oh, shiny thing. And other weird shit like raccoon pajamas there. Or boobs. Especially Marvel Rivals. This is why I still love games like Ultima Online, Ragnarok Online, RF, DC Universe Online, Final Fantasy 14, which I hate Dawn Trail, so I won't buy the next night expansion that they're endorsing because I don't want to play Don't Tale with Book Lamat. The story sucks. EVE Online, Albion, and Roblox. The common denominator there is their not PDFs or but because it's sandbox interaction, you can interact with the environment. You have skills and action RPG where you tap mouse buttons or play with the surrounding, or play patterns with the boss attacks. With human stupidity like anger, also there's economic warfare with node wars, and allowing us plebs to form our own cartels and guilds, and the ability for me to become my main play style in those games, a merchant prince, or someone selling memfrags and hoarding them and selling them at 3 a.m. So I earn more money with a value pack. So I want to give a shout out to my guild, Falena, and the others from Exclusive. because they allow me to still manipulate the market with meme frag selling. So now back then in BDO, people sell meme frags or other gears like Cadre gear, Crescent, but it was back in 2016 to 2021 before they made meme frags and other upgradable materials to repair your gear s- as part of their what do you call this? Their pearl shop freebies. When you buy things or RNG boxes, you can get tons of memprags because the developers Pearl Abyss made gathering this a chore. So people will pay for convenience. Back then it was basically Silk Road but with mushrooms, ogre rings, and mentally unstable horse trainers selling tier 8 horses with perfect skills. So you can get a Pegasus or a unicorn, but they give those for free anyways. Not the time complaining. Also now, this game feels like people training high schoolers in Korea corporate AI with tons of MLM spreadsheets that the community makes. I swear, every time I return to BDO, it starts magical with the new quest, the new times that they improve the map, the new crystals, or new classes that they give. There are gorgeous sunsets. Then a berserker beach slaps me with his three grabs or spins to wins like the unskippable ride from Elder Scrolls Skyrim and reminds me that this game still has latency issues with PvP or some class like warrior sucks at large scale combat and are basically useless. And what the fuck? And it reminds me that I need to labor or grind in a tower spot or in alone in a Marne realm for 11 hours while Jay's Bugatti and their weird product endorsements demands another shipment of kimchi and cornstones. And yes, I read the story and watched the cutscenes of video because back then it's unskippable when they added it or at least tried to up to Odelita. Dragon is just a Saki story about Garmot. And then, do you know, Pearl Abyss changes this lore every 17 minutes. Like a Netflix addict. Like, for example, they have a new region. After a while, they'll change the story, but they'll never touch the other regions. They'll just change the Jordan saga that they're so proud of. It sucks. I don't want to see that again. One day, Capras was a mysterious alchemist. Then now, he's the final boss in Edania. And then, he murdered the Kron Kingdom. He had children. He fathered Orwen. He summoned the Black Sun. Exploded the game's economy. Now, you're sacrificing Luxembourg City in real life, its own GDP to top a sovereign weapon that you get from the Phoenix Guardian in the Land of the Morning Light, which has nothing to do with the original story. For a 7% success at 400 fill stock from Hex to Sep. And the lore is literally their enhancement system. Because, as I've explained, Kapras destroyed the kingdom to summon despair and summon Hadum, the dark god. Now, their players destroy their savings to summon bigger despair and use Kron stones from the Kron Kingdom. So art imitates life or their story. Then these guys will try to astroturf the game by making everyone AFK fish or process plywood crates, or breed horses with forest path wagons for 19 hours a day. Brother, it's not a game if the entire map is empty. Or where you grind is empty and you don't encounter people because they're using money. So there's also no party zones or party grinds, but here until you get to the impossible 1900 AP or higher DP scores. So it's just a post-apocalyptic mall from Fallout, because every grind zone now is just people standing in one corner of the map, or they buy the scroll in Ethereum because apparently money isn't free there. Why? Like automated rice cookers trying to cook you half done rice with Monster energy drink. So this is not an MMORPG anymore. Back then, at least you can speak with people or in party up when you try to do memory fragment runs or when you fight the field bosses. But they made it RNG. By making it RNG, no one does anything anymore. Even the channel chat background serves just as a white noise, so you can read people getting mad about RNG or talking about weird stuff or being trolled. So back then this was horrendous, so people quit because they didn't have a PT system. They also had this dandelion gear that to get it to pin, which is the final gear score for an item. Even 400 fail stack is by the decimals when you try to enhance it. It doesn't even meet a real number anymore. What else can I say? Because there's many things that I want to say about this game. Since I have a love-hate relationship with it. So this just felt player friendly, not because of the PT, but because they hand out cron boxes like a casino hostess, handing free drinks and peanuts so you can still do blackjack and hookers and darts and pinballs. So they say, look adventurer, free RNG or items. Yeah, that's just to MK Ultra you and to psychologically condition you to open or buy the new pearl boxes that they sell on the pearl shop for real money. So swipe if you want to get to that gear. And I can also see the next update. New feature, 2,000 agri points a day if you sub to another premium system like the value pack or pearl 3,200 pearls. So your character can grind or can do underwater gathering 20 times faster. Plus they have weight limits here too, that many people wait for the sale so that they can spend enough money, and Perlabs probably sends them email ads when this happens to their partner program so they can carry the 3,000 kg trash loot to Moloch or sa desert god or Elyon the desert god. Because why is this still a mechanic in 2026? Because it if they want to imitate, how do you call this, real life weight limits, why can a character carry a giant sword and then carry 3,000 kg gear while jumping back and forth and to fight mobs and then unload it on a horse? Then there's also life skilling. I love to get used to it because there's trading, there's cooking, there's gathering. You can also manipulate the market if you have a value pack or a merchant's ring. So it felt like playing market PvP or fantasy capitalism with knives. But now they killed off trading. I think they'll rework it. Then they boosted bartering because Windrose is becoming popular and Assassin's Creed Black Flag is a rework. So I think they did that so they can catch on the hype. What else? So please, if you're playing this game, just grind. Don't do cooking anymore because this is 300 million profit daily when you can profit 10 big grinding a day. If you're going to play this for 8 hours. And then making cron meals will set you will have to leave your PC for at least 12 hours just to make cooking work, while some crack addict with Quiverines and what you call that? I f- Quiverines and the tendonitis with the arms have 3 billion silver just by you just watching podcast and crypto scams on YouTube and spamming the mouse buttons. So it feels pointless because you don't make enough money. And since people undercut each other to sell the similar ingredients that they use or that they have mass processed, leaving their PC 24 hours weekly. So they have tons of it, plus pilots. Now, Imperial Delivery sucks because they haven't touched the system for many years and the central market feels hollow. Um, Namely because in effect that you can't get the items you need because the rare people, or there are only the 1% who can grind it in Ethereum or upwards in Orbita or in the new reworked Stars End. You need tons of light stones where people have bought so that they can manipulate the market or monopolize the economy. And if you're angry because I'm saying this, don't hit me with just play casually, bro, because there's no casual here. Brother, this or MMORPGs in general will have spreadsheets made by guilds and community so that they can get ahead because it reflects real life progress and they want that bragging rights that they are the best in the servers. Hell, when I played Final Fantasy Extreme Raids, they have you audition by clearing one content by yourself, and they kick you out if you made a mistake once. Even Ragnarok Online has meta builds because people are trying to compete. You can't just play casually because if you play casually, you're missing out of 99% of the content. So I'd rather touch grass, train MMA, and get kicked in the liver, or just ride a 20 peso carousel in a circus and spend another evening sleeping and playing Kenshi or Bannerlord or a better game than this. Because this isn't adventure anymore. If you gatekeep or if you try to control how a player does things to an economy, then you kill the power of fantasy and the adventure that they get from playing MMOs. Meanwhile, Perlabis is busy trying to become the next AAA Studios by making a game that melds every idea that better games have in Crimson Desert, or beating up the milk cows in Olbia, or as the mobs in Tongrad ruins complain that people harass them daily since they drop the best loots for mid-game players. And yet, you know why I still log in? Because beneath the corporate Korean psychosis and MK Ultra torture methods and sunk cost fallacy enhancement syndrome that will make you say that I am fully possessed by Stockholm syndrome since I have played this for 500 hours. This is still one of the greatest MMOs ever made, not because of the combat, but because it feels like a living, breathing medieval world with tons of promises. But then I think they kicked off the original writer and moved the original team to BDO Mobile, so that game gets better reviews and popularity, and they moved the interns to BDO. The combat will still feel amazing if you want to try it, and the world will still feel beautiful. And the music hits. You just need to silence the SFX of your character shouting while he's doing his skills. And if you're just standing alone in Invelia, contemplating your life's choices or reflecting why, at last, the parked boats here have already moved to the wider seas of Magoria, there's still another field accessory to top in this hamster wheel. So now, please excuse me while I return to Eterion in Orbita in Tongrad Ruins, like the goblin potato miners that I employed in Velia because they aren't artisan yet. I truly am. I love this game and it's free to. It's just 50 pesos, but you will spend at least 10,000 so you can get the best gear available. I am not a hero or not a conqueror. I'm just an adventurer or an Olvium Frontia employee of the month in the Pearl Abyss Sulfur Mines.